What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So today I do want to take a look at the Forzathon Weekly Challenge, aka the Mexican Supercar. As y'all know, we do not waste any time here. Let's jump right into this. So Chapter 1, it is going to be normal for this. You'll have to own and drive the 2017 vehicle. That way you can get the first step completed. So if you are wondering, there's a few different ways you can buy this vehicle. For one, you can head over to the Forzathon shop and buy it for 100 points, or you can head into the main shop itself and buy the vehicle for $100,000. To be honest, I would say you might want to take the money route because we all do know Forzathon points are kind of, very useful. So I would recommend heading over and just buying the vehicle if you do have the money. But if you want to use the Forzathon points, you'll get 160 back for this anyway. So I guess it's kind of a win-win there. Kind of. Either way, though, for this car, I basically added a couple of things to it. Nothing too insane for the upgrades. Now, I did want to do this part live, though, because some people are apparently having issues getting the first step to complete. So as you guys will see right here, I did end up spawning into the car. Now it says to drive it. I am going to take this thing down the road. Let's see if it's going to work quick here. I'll stay in second gear. There it is right there, guys. The first part did complete. So I did notice last week with the Ford Raptor for some reason that players were having issues with that challenge, like it wouldn't pretty much start it or wouldn't save it. So do keep in mind if it's not working, try to drive the car a bit. It should work. Maybe it was just a Raptor. Do let me know if you guys have issues with that part in the comments below. After that, though, moving over to Chapter 2 is going to be road and racing. You will have to take the 05RR into basically any road race and win it, and that will get the second part of this completed. Also, I did want to mention, by the way, if you were wondering which race I did, I basically spawned to the first one very close by to the house over here on the right side of the map. Again, you could pretty much do any of the events and get this one done. And then moving over to Chapter 3, though, is going to be light and fast. For this one, it's going to say the 05RR can reach a top speed over 170 miles an hour, but can it maintain it for 15 seconds on Mexican roads? You're also going to see the chapter progress on the bottom there saying 170 miles an hour. If you guys are wondering what is a good location to do this if you have to do it for 15 seconds, well, the best place I found to do this, though, is to spawn or at least head over to this area right here on the map. It is pretty much going to be very close by to the barn find here and also this danger sign. I feel like it's going to be a good location because it takes you directly onto the highway here, which is going to give you plenty of room to get this completed. And finally, for the last chapter here is going to be like a feather. The description is basically going to say, yo, this car's kind of light. You should probably fling this thing off a jump. You're going to have to get 3 stars on basically any danger sign. I would say there's probably going to be a bunch of different ones you can probably do to get this done. Now, there is something I did notice about the danger signs, though. Some of them you're probably going to be like, yo, 1,100 feet? There is probably no way this car is going to be able to do that. Now, you probably could get a running start on this highway and maybe hit that one, but 1,100 feet is definitely a lot. Some of them are going to be off-road, so yeah, that might not work either unless you lift it. There's going to be a few other ones like 900 feet and stuff, but the one I did end up finding, guys, I feel like might be the best. This is 450 feet located here. I would say this one's probably going to give you some of the best chances of getting it done, even a tad faster. Now, the thing is, you probably did see where that danger sign is going to be located, so you will have to lift this vehicle up and put off-road tires on it to make this a tad easier. So head over, add your rally springs to it. The one thing I can also recommend doing is to maybe add a few upgrades. For me, I pretty much went with a few, like, for example, the race intake. And then besides that, though, the only other thing I added was going to be the sport cams and valves. If you did want to, you could probably add, like, a turbo to it or something. It's really not going to matter. The main reason why it was S1 was just for that other race, so make the car as fast as possible, right? Besides that, head over to the tires and you're probably going to want to add the off-road or rally. I would say either one's going to be a good choice. It kind of depends. For me, I'll do the rally. That way you're going to be a tad faster when it comes to off-roading. Again, it might not be a bad idea to kind of upgrade the car a bit. That way it's not going to struggle as much when getting this danger sign completed. And the last thing I did want to mention in this here fast though is if you are wondering exactly what I did put on my vehicle a tad faster, here's the basket of everything I added to it. And the funny part is, guys, one of the most important things you also have to add to the vehicle for this setup to work is going to be the 7-speed transmission.
You have arrived at your